Hey man, say man, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, soon to be in negotiations. Let's talk about that in this video. But before we do, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and definitely we finna cook. So before we get to it, let's discuss Manny Pacquiao, Mario Barrios last night. For those who watched the fight, for those who know boxing, y'all can't tell me Mario Barrios wasn't pulling his punches. And I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to explain to y'all. Manny Pacquiao, he was slow on his feet. He still had the angles, but that shit was slow. It wasn't coming out like it used to. You know what I'm saying? He had some hand speed, but it wasn't nothing like it used to be. And a lot of the times when Manny Pacquiao was taking them angles, he was leaving himself wide open. It's like Mario Barrios had so much time to counter him, he could have combed his hair in the ring and then still countered. He could have slicked his hair back, thought a little bit, and Manny Pacquiao was still there to be countered. Mario Barrios was looking right at the counters, and he wasn't taking them. It was a fix, y'all. And y'all, if y'all the ones that's been watching me, y'all ain't never ever heard me say that a fight was fixed. You know what I'm saying? I'm usually the one that's like, man, y'all tripping, that fight wasn't fixed. But last night, that fight was fixed. Now, Manny Pacquiao didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? Mario Barrios and all the PBC knew what the plan was, right? Mario Barrios, he got paid a lot to go through with the plan, and he got to keep his belt. Yeah, that's why it was a draw. Vegas took everybody money, right? Mario Barrios, he got to keep his belt. And of course, everybody bashing him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody bashing him, but he still got paid. Ain't nothing for free. And then Manny Pacquiao thinks that he's back. And everybody else think that Manny Pacquiao's back. 46, 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao, he's amazing. Look what he did. Telling you, it's all in the play. It's all in the play. And you heard last night, and I called it the whole way through the fight. I called it. You know what I'm talking about? And I said, watch after the fight. Everybody gonna be talking about Manny Pacquiao's back, and Manny Pacquiao gonna say that he's back. First thing, Manny Pacquiao, Pac-Man, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, I'm back. Yeah, he said he back. You know what I'm talking about? Say, man, the reason they needed this play, and when I say they, I'm talking about the PBC, right? Right now, with Gervonta Davis up in the air about the Lamont Roach fight, he really don't want to take the Lamont Roach fight. You know, it's a huge risk, and he ain't gonna make huge money. Now, don't get me wrong, the Roach fight is gonna do a lot better than the first fight, but the type of money that Tank Davis is looking for, it ain't in the Roach fight. Let's just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? The type of money that he's looking for without having to take a huge risk, it ain't in the Lamont Roach fight. He ain't feeling that fight right now. It is what it is. That's how they built Tank. They built him to not have to go through the toughest fires and still be able to get the biggest bag. So we here in the plan last night, it played out perfectly. Man, do y'all think that Mario Barrios fought the way he did against Gervonta Davis, right? All the power shots he threw against Tank, and you know what I'm saying? He was catching Tank. Tank was weary about going in the early part of that fight because he was getting caught with some big shots from Mario Barrios, right? Fast forward, the beating that Mario Barrios put on Yordenis Ugas, right? Power shot after power shot, nasty jab, busted his face up. And you mean to tell me that y'all didn't see him pulling punches against Manny Pacquiao, right? You mean to tell me that man ain't throw one hard, like real hard power shot? He was just throwing, like, you know, medium. He was throwing jabs, and he was putting like medium power on any hooks he threw. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he was seeing counters wide open, had time to comb his hair in the ring, and still counter Manny Pacquiao, looking right at him, and he wasn't taking it. That's because the plan. And now the plan is, I'm telling y'all, PBC, they need someone to be able to stage they need another big pay-per-view, right? They need a big, huge pay-per-view to be able to compete with what Turkey doing. Turkey done took all the fighters over there, right? Got David Benavidez now. The only one left is Tank. Tank Davis versus Manny Pacquiao is already in the works. Y'all just don't know it yet. That's the next fight. It's Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis. It's a mega fight, a blockbuster fight. It's right up Gervonta Davis's alley, the perfect fight for him. I remember in the past, Manny Pacquiao was saying that he would love to fight Gervonta Davis. We know Gervonta Davis would love to fight a 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao, and I ain't taking no shots. This ain't even me throwing shade or taking no shots at Tank. I'm being straight up and down real because that's a big fight. He about his bag. He told y'all he about his bag. And then he could put Manny Pacquiao on his resume. He could be the one to put Manny Pacquiao out his misery. Now, a lot of people ain't gonna like it. That's diehard in love with Manny Pacquiao, but it's gonna make Gervonta Davis look good, right? And whatever he decides to go on and do from there, his name is gonna be cemented in history, right? And he gonna be a mega superstar, because do y'all know how many people gonna tune in to see Gervonta Davis versus Manny Pacquiao? Do y'all know how big this fight is? I'm telling y'all, man. It's already happened. Y'all just don't know it yet. Telling y'all. And remember, when it happened and they go into negotiations and you start hearing about it, remember, you heard it right here first. It ain't gonna be no Manny Pacquiao Mario Barrios rematch. That shit ain't about nothing. It don't generate enough pay-per-view buys. It don't bring in no money like that. And I'm not saying that the event wasn't packed, but don't nobody want to see that. You feel me? And especially people real low on Mario Barrios right now. They just think he's just some straight trash. Now, I don't think that Mario Barrios is that good. I never have, right? But he a lot better than what we saw last night. He was pulling punches. It's two fights that I always tell people, well, now two fights, right, that I've seen with my own eyes. Last night what we saw was fixed. Manny Pacquiao didn't know it. Manny Pacquiao just went in there, to do his job. Mario Barrios was all in. It's one more fight that was just like that. Sergey Kovalev and Canelo Alvarez. Go watch that fight. Sergey Kovalev was pulling punches all night. All he was throwing was jabs. He wasn't throwing no power shots. He was doing whatever he could not to, catch Canelo with some shit and really hurt him. Now, Canelo wasn't part of that plan. Kovalev was, and the funny thing about it, I was saying it during the fight. My partner that was watching the fight with me that is a huge Canelo fan, right? And he was like, man, it looked like Kovalev is pulling his punches. I said, because he is. And then, months down the line, Kovalev did an interview and basically said that the fight was fixed. And anybody that thought that, it wasn't and he was going to go in there and win that fight was an idiot. Kovalev said this. You know what I'm talking about? So, we're seeing the same thing again. PBC, back was up against the wall. They needed a huge pay-per-view event, and now they got it because the plan played out perfectly, just like they planned it to. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, right? I'm telling y'all, watch, wait and see. Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis. One of the biggest fights of the entire year, if not the biggest fight in boxing. Telling y'all this year. Hey, you could like it, you could love it, you could hate it, but it is what it is. You know what I'm talking about? When your back is up against the wall, hey, you got to pull something out of your hat and make it work. And hey, that's what they doing. We seeing it, and y'all don't even know it yet. Let me know. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know how I do. There you go talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.